Okay, it's Mitch2 here, and today I'll be reviewing with Sliffy
Hi.
the quickest ever UR talk because obviously we need to actually get through this very quickly because otherwise I won't be able to do uploads very fast and all that stuff. So anyway, right, let's get through this very quickly. So let's have a quick recap of last week, and thanks to White Dragon 11 for lending us the card. Thank you.
Can anyone understand you right now?
No, no one can. Okay, so
I didn't think so.
well, first of all, it's just a quick thanks to White Dragon 11 for lending us the cards and everything because he is quite awesome in that. So
Thank you.
go.
Thank you.
But let's have a quick recap of what happened 2 weeks ago with the new cards and everything. So we first had the Fangpai Clan card, 7/7, Subani, or whatever his name is, and with the ability of defeat, recover 2 out of 3 pills. So Sliffy, very quickly, what would you say how good this card was? Was it good or
Very
bad?
good.
Okay, it's good. All right, let's move on. So, Ekul, how would you rate Ekul? Elkul, the
Elcor?
no, I don't know what it is. The Geist card.
The
Six.
Oh, Geist card. Medium.
Okay, medium. That's good. Okay, and how would you rate the? I've forgotten the other ones now.
The Kyle? The
The
Sentinel
Kyle.
card?
Yeah, can't remember.
Yeah, it's Kyle, I believe.
Oh yeah, the Pieter. There we go, Pieter.
I love how you ignore Kyle. Okay, Pioneer is pretty bad.
Okay, Pieter's pretty bad. I agree with you there. So Kyle, how would you rate Kyle?
Pretty good.
Okay, pretty good. That sounds pretty good. I have to say with Kyle, it's basically like they've just killed Aurelia, and, that makes me sad. But there you
That
go.
makes me happy.
Okay, whatever. Right, let's get into the actual review, because I can't be bothered to deal with the last week, 2 weeks ago. I mean, it was alright, but then, whatever. Anyway, right, so recently we actually managed to get some legendaries, if you heard all the news, and everyone's been buying Timmy's, and Timmy's gone up in price, and it's, incredibly awesome. But the other news was that a day ago we got the 4 new cards. So, Sliffy, the first card we're going to be reviewing is Garrick. And Garrick at 3 stars is a 6/3 with the ability of plus 3 damage. So, Sliffy, what was your initial thoughts on this card?
I think Eric's an amazing card in every way. Unfortunately, bangers before didn't have really good 3 stars, and then they got Lucio, and that's great. But sometimes you need more than one good 3 star, and then Garrick comes into play. Garrick is pretty much amazing in every way. Garrick has basically a solid 8 power unopposed against SOB, which is great. He has really good damage, and 6 damage is boss. It's good for killing with Blaster. It's good for killing with Furious, Lucio. Good for killing with Shane, etc., etc. And he's going to be one of those 2-hit punches that it's going to be staple for the Bangers Clad. If he's better than Lucio, I don't really know yet. I like Lucio's 10 power. I like the fact Lucio remains 8 power against SLB. But, it'll come down to we will probably use both anyways.
Yeah, I think that's a great kind of sum up of really what he's like pretty much. I mean, the good thing about him is actually is the fact that you can now build a very low 10-star hand with bangers because you've got Garrick, Lucio, and then you can put Graf, Beeble in there, and that's very nice, especially since
It's an amazing 10 star. Yeah.
it's a great 10 stars, especially since some of the bangers 4 stars and the heavy hitters are getting all banned and everything. So I think
You can actually go Blaster, Garrick, Lucio, and Graf, and that's pretty good.
that's pretty good. But then again, I don't know if Blaster will ever see the light of Elo ever again.
Oh, I'm thinking hypothetically here.
Yeah, hypothetically, that would be very nice, I have to say.
Right.
What about Juicy Lord, though? Will we ever see Juicy Lord ever again?
Probably not. I think people will probably go down to B-Ball if they really need the damage reduction.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have very good 3 stars, you can go Juicy Lord and B-Ball, and that'd be damage reduction everywhere. But now there's really no extreme reason to use them. Some people might still use them because they like him, but I really don't see the reason to use them.
Okay, then. So out of 10, what would you give Garrick?
I give Garrick probably an 8.5, as I said before. He has his weaknesses. SOA hurts, of course. SOB, I think, is the major problem, though. But other than that, he's all positive. 8.5 is a very good rating.
Okay, I would probably have to agree with you there. Just a very above average card. I would give him an 8 out of 10. No real glaring weakness except for SOA and I suppose SOB as well, especially as you said with Piranhas being able to just decimate him, I suppose.
Right, as I said, I think SOB is way worse for him than SOA.
I mean SOB, I think. Did I say SOB?
Right.
Yeah.
SOB is way
SOB,
worse.
yeah.
Yeah. SOB, in my opinion, hurts a lot more than SOA because SOA means that he keeps his 8 power, but he has 3 damage. And 3 damage is still not that bad. You can still kill KO with bone power, Fury, of course, and other stuff. well, 6 power against like Piranhas and against Nightmare, you probably have no chance of winning now because of their amazing abilities and solid power. So I'd rather do 3 damage than 0. That's just me, of course.
Okay then. So, Sliffy, let's go into the next review, and the next review will be on the new Nightmare card, which is Arawaka. Now, Arawaka at 3 stars is a 6/2 with the ability of -6 opponent's life, minimum 6. Now, Sliffy, I know we talked about this just before before we actually started this recording, that you really didn't like this card. So tell me why you don't like this card at all.
I have 3 small reasons why I don't like this card. One, first of all, she only has 6 solid power, and 6 solid power is decent. You can win your games, but it's pretty hard for this current meta game where everything has 7 or 8 power. Second, her ability only has a minimum of 6, which normally isn't bad. You can play her first round or 2. But 1, that means you can't really sneak her in. You can't really sneak her in round 3 or 4. And if you do, it's not really going to be that great of an effect. If you do try to sneak her in, it probably won't be that big of a surprise either way. And my final thing is, besides SOA hurting her, SOA abilities hurting her and doing stuff, but my final thing is, she just isn't good compared to like Pam and Sarg. I'm sorry.
Okay. That was an interesting kind of comment on the forums, actually, well, on the comments below of Arawaka, and it's actually the perfect counter to those huge kind of DRs. Would you agree with that in that sense? That she's very good against them?
Yes and no. Yes, because obviously she is, but no, because Nightmare already had all these counters. Like, Azatan counters that, Fearless counters that, all that stuff. Like, they didn't really need counters to DR. They already have a lot.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing really more to say about Arawaka. I mean, it's just, yeah, that's just my opinion on that. I actually thought it was 2 stars, and if actually at 2 stars, I would have probably still not have used this card, actually, thinking about it now.
2 stars, she would have been pretty good.
I don't know. Well,
not 2 stars,
she would have been alright, I suppose. I mean, the 6 power is just a real, I don't like 6 power, that's all.
Same.
Yeah. So out of 10, what would you give this card then?
5.5.
5.5. Ouch.
5.5. Well, yeah.
Yeah, no. It's just, I know. I'm just like, it's a low rating sort of thing. But no, I have to agree with you. 5 out of 10. It's just, I don't ever want to see these sort of cards produced again. Awful.
Well, they will be. So.
Oh, they will be. Yeah, they always are. Just look at Seiho. So, and then we'll just end. Yeah, that was. Ouch indeed. Okay. Right, let's move on to the third review, and that is Isatus. And Isatus at 4 stars is a 5/6 with the ability of support +1 power. So, Sliffy, what is your initial thoughts on Isatus?
I think Isatus is amazing, and probably everywhere. She's probably the best 4-star La Junta if you're going mono, in my opinion. You know, debatable Brian, of course, because SOA is always useful. But, like, think about it. She has 9 solid power. 9 solid power, a lot of 5 stars don't even have. Well, solid, I mean, like, you know, if she's unopposed, SOA and stuff like that. But she has 9 power, which a lot of 5 stars wish they had. She can do potential 8 damage if she has her bonus, which is great, which allows you to 2 KO with basically everyone in the clan. And 9/8 for 4 stars, I'm pretty sure that's good. Like, of course you can't use her outside of mono, but at the same time, why would you use her outside of mono? La Junta has a lot of good support already, like Thormund and Emeth, even though I think Emeth is ELO banned because all 5 stars are banned. Finally, I know a lot of people say SOA will kill her, and of course SOA kills her because she goes a 5/6, and 5 is terrible power. At the same time, though, think about it. She's part of La Junta, who has a lot of good anti-SOA. They have Nahomi, they have War Dog, they have Bruce, if you really want to use them, though I don't know why. And, you know, as long as your opponent doesn't have 4 SOAs, she'll be perfectly fine. You can mind game into playing her for a 9/8. And a 9/8's great in my book.
I don't know. The only thing I would criticize from you is the fact that the Junta I don't think have great SOA coverage. Actually, they do have Naomi. Nahomi, and I suppose War Dog. But I mean, I wouldn't want to face a hand of Roots or a hand of Geist with a La Junta deck, though. That's my only issue.
I'll beg to differ because, as I said, only 2 major cards I can think of really need their ability. Maybe 3 if you got Cherno, but I don't know why you'd be using her. The 2 cards I said are Isatus is one of them, and Trish is the other. After that, all La Junta can basically be played without their ability. It's nice to have, don't get me wrong. I love my ability. but they can be played without it, basically.
Okay. Well, I suppose that's interesting. Okay, yeah, I suppose you could say that actually. So I mean, yeah, I mean, you said it can't really be played outside of mono. What about sort of 6-2 splits sort of thing? Do you think that would work, or does she really need her 9 power? Her 9 power really?
She can go 8 if really desired, but I'm not a big fan of 6-2 splits in general.
Yeah.
I guess if you really need to, but I don't know who you would 6-2 split.
Well, no, but then again, I suppose, I mean, there's no real reason to go 6-2, I suppose. With
that's exactly what I'm thinking.
I mean, that was kind of like 2 years ago. I mean, you would have probably done that, I suppose. With
Right. Like nowadays, I don't know who you would 6-2 split into. Like maybe 7-1 split, I understand. If you really want like another damage reducer or something.
Or put your Spiaggy splash in or whatever.
Right. But, like a 7-1 split, she's perfectly fine. But after that, I don't know why you'd be using. So
Okay. All right, let's go straight into the kind of rating of it. So, what would you give Isatas out of 10?
I give her a 9, and a lot of people I got from my email say that I overrated her a lot. And I don't think so at all, because she's a 9-8 unopposed. Think about it. Not many 4-stars can do that.
Okay. I mean, I have to agree with that. I would probably say 9 out of 10. When I used this card, it was like having sex with lots of stuff at the same time.
Stop.
It was great. It was just a really good card, obviously. I mean, even if you put, like, people might actually now take Foreman seriously, if you know what I mean. Because now, with Foreman, if you just do your 3 damage with him, now you can Fury attack with Isatas, which is just really bad for you, really bad for your opponent. So in that sense, people will now take those kind of 2 stars a bit more seriously with this monster in your hand, I suppose. It's just great, I suppose. There's nothing really more to say, really. Oh, just very quickly though, I mean, what about the 4-star competition though? We've got to mention that.
Okay, well, she has 3 minor competition in my opinion. Brian is going to be a competition, of course, because Brian has the SOA, and a lot of people will use Brian. I think you can still use both, personally, because if you can't use Emeth, then you can fit a lot of 4-stars, in my opinion. So, of course, Brian's a competition, and I think people will probably use both. Gatlin is a competition, but I don't think people will use her in mono. And Chiro, I think her name is a competition, but I think this card is way better than Chiro, so...
Okay.
Not really competition.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff you can use, I suppose, over, especially in the kind of the half-deck situations. You could use those other, like Brian and Gatlin. But there's also Burger. Don't forget Burger. Okay, Burger is Uber. I love Burger.
You like Burger. I don't like Burger.
I love my Burger. But there you go. That's just me anyway. All right, let's get into the final review of yesterday, and that is Hermund. Hermund at 5 stars is a 5-8 with the ability of -3 opponent's power, minimum 4. So, Slivy, firstly, initial thoughts on Hermund. How awesome do you think he is, or how not awesome do you think he is?
Hermund is basically probably the best uppers release they've got in a long time. Hermund is basically the best 5-star of the game for uppers, at least. And I know this is like, not including Dorian, because Dorian just wipes the field all the time. But Hermund has his advantage over Dorian, and because of Hermund, Dorian can now go to 3-star and 4-star without feeling bad that there's no good 5-star. Hermund on the field allows you to have 2-stars in the deck and not, like, use them as fodder. Before, if I got hit by a Samantha, if I got hit by a Wendell, I'm like, oh, I won't die next turn, so that's perfectly fine. It's clearly either a bluff or something else. Now you actually get scared. Now if I lost to a 0-pill Samantha, I'm a little scared now that Hermund's going to 2-hit KO me with Fury. And I don't like that, actually. I don't like that at all. Hermund might not be a very good ELO card, because uppers never really have a shot in ELO. But in DTs, Hermund's going to be amazing.
Well, I don't know about the ELO, actually, because recently they did get a little better for some strange reason. I don't know why. But they got a tiny bit of popularity with one of the weird bannings. I can't remember what it was. But no, I think Hermund might actually be the uppers' last hope. I don't know, not really last hope, but you know what I mean. That he's kind of a good card. I would say he's a 5-star Nelly, though. Would you agree with me in that sense?
He is. Well, yeah. If you do the attack manipulation, power manipulation combo, yes, of course. You know, at the same time, he's a good card because, well, I think I already said that, but he is. I agree. I don't know why I'm rambling on here.
Okay. There's anything more to say? I mean, really, do you think Dorian, would he ever replace Dorian? Would you?